Coming up on IU NewsNet Daily, a Bloomington man faces a 12-year sentence in a local court case.
The latest updates in a Sullivan County murder case reveal new development.
Can the Hoosiers keep their undefeated season alive against the Michigan State Spartans?
And finally, are you ready for some spooky stories? We'll look at IU's haunting legends. All those stories and more, IU NewsNet Daily starts right now. It's Thursday, October 29th. Hello and welcome to IU NewsNet Daily. I'm Jack Bassett.
And I'm Emma Meredith. Thank you for joining us.
A man convicted of a serious stabbing incident now knows his fate. Ian Thorpe was sentenced to 12 years in prison after pleading guilty to aggravated battery and serious bodily injury. The charges stemmed from a stabbing at the Wingate by Wyndham Hotel back in 2021, where a victim sustained a partially deflated lung. Thorpe was arrested after police found blood on his clothing and a knife linked to the crime. While in pre-trial detention, he was charged with battery in another incident at the Monroe County Jail. Thorpe's sentence includes 9 years for the stabbing and 3 years for the jail incident, beginning October 2nd with 1,573 credited days towards the sentence.
Police are investigating an allegation of rape and domestic battery occurred earlier this year in Hoosier Hall in the Ashton Residence Center. The university's Title IX office reported the incident to the IU Police Department last week, according to Public Safety Communications Manager Mary Keck. The incident, which reportedly took place between May 1st and May 15th, was not reported to the IUPD by those involved. IU defines domestic violence as violence committed by an intimate partner or someone similarly situated to the complainant. The case has since been referred to university officials for review.
We have an update to a story we first brought you here on IU NewsNet last week from Sullivan County, on the west side of the state, involving the murders of a mother and her son. Autopsies have been completed to assist in this death investigation. Samantha Gerald and her 14-year-old son Colton were found dead earlier this month in a shallow grave at Bear Run Coal Mine. Police have arrested Joshua Pennick in connection with the case. He faces multiple charges, including 2 counts of murder. The Sullivan County coroner confirmed that a full forensic autopsy was performed at Good Samaritan Hospital in Vincennes, Indiana. The coroner expects it will take several weeks before the cause of death is revealed. Authorities say they are investigating the deaths as homicides before awaiting a final report from the autopsy.
A 25-year mystery involving an unidentified body has finally been cracked in Columbus, Indiana. In January 1999, police discovered a man's body along a major roadway in Bartholomew County. The man suffered a single gunshot wound while 2 handguns were found on the scene. However, there are no identification on the body. The case was initially ruled a suicide and the man unidentified for more than 2 decades. This is until this year when local authorities used DNA analysis to make a breakthrough. The man was identified as 61-year-old Leo Michael Murray from Ohio.
An Indiana foster mom has been arrested in connection to the drowning of her 1-year-old daughter. In Brazil, Indiana, 25-year-old Helen Volpatti faces charges after police found her 21-month-old daughter unresponsive in a water-filled bathtub in May. Volpatti initially claimed she had left the child with her 2 younger sons for a moment to get a drink, but later told police she had been upstairs on a phone call for about 30 minutes away from her daughter. Volpatti has pled not guilty in the case.
Election day is nearing and 3 incumbent candidates are running uncontested for re-election to the Monroe County Circuit Court this November. Catherine Stanford works to simplify court processes for those without lawyers, co-founding the eviction prevention program and teaching at IU MERS since 2002. Kristen Talley Hazeman focuses on criminal cases and mental health, aiming to support incarcerated individuals and ensure everyone feels heard. Darcy Fawcett emphasizes mental health and rehabilitation for defendants, connecting them to support programs and fostering communications among judges and lawyers. In Bloomington, Fire Station 1 is back in action after a grand reopening and ribbon-cutting ceremony last Thursday. The East Side Station had undergone a 3-year, $4.5 million renovation following serious flood damage in 2021. Improvements include horizontal shutter doors for quicker truck exits, individual sleeping quarters, and a sophisticated alarm system that wakes only dispatched firefighters. Funded by a city bond, Station 1's renovations bring both convenience and efficiency for Bloomington's firefighters.
Indiana University's funding board is struggling to support student organizations after an account overdraft. Board President Larry McDowell told the Indiana Daily Student that while the board typically funds more than 400 events, this year it will only be able to back about 100. McDowell said the board unknowledgeably exceeded its reserves by $220,000 last spring. In response to the crisis, the IU student government is offering temporary grants up to $300 for student events, while more sustainable solutions are being explored.
An IU professor has received a $2.3 million grant from the National Institutes of Health and Research, the dengue virus. Kay Choi from IU's Department of Molecular and Cellular Biochemistry has been studying the virus since 2010 with a focus on understanding its structure to find ways to prevent its spread. The dengue virus, part of the same family as the West Nile virus, is transmitted through mosquitoes, with recent outbreaks reported in Puerto Rico, Florida, and California.
October 26 was designated as Coach Lee Corso Day in Bloomington, with Mayor Kerry Thompson honoring Corso on ESPN's College Game Day during his visit to campus. Corso served as the IU football coach from 1973 to 1982, leading the team to its first bowl win in 1979 and becoming the third winningest coach in IU history. He was inducted into the IU Bloomington Athletics Hall of Fame in 2010 and joined ESPN in 1987, becoming known for his headgear selection segment on game day. It was the first Saturday College Game Day in Bloomington. The show previously visited in 2017 for a Thursday night segment.
Speaking of IU football, Jay Upshaw is here with us to share the updates for the past weekend of the game day and much more. Take it away, Jay.
Big news. Last Saturday, Indiana managed to pull off a 31-17 victory over Washington. In front of a sold-out Memorial Stadium, running back Justice Ellison delivered an outstanding win with a career-best performance. Even with senior quarterback Curtis Rourke being absent due to a thumb injury, the Hoosiers were still able to get the win. This win now secures their winning streak of 8-0. Way to go, Hoosiers! And even more good news for the Hoosiers. It has been announced that the Indiana men's basketball team will participate in the 2027 Hall of Fame Series in Las Vegas. This matchup will take place in Allegiant Stadium as part of the basketball Blue Bloods doubleheader. Indiana will take on the University of Kansas, while the University of Arizona goes against Duke University. The game will take place on November 17, 2027, and will be broadcast on the TNT Sports Network. Additional programming information will be announced at a later date. But it's not all good news for the men's basketball team. On Wednesdays, the team lost another highly ranked recruit to the University of Connecticut. Last week, four-star center Eric Reed chose to enroll at the University of Connecticut. This was followed up by five-star forward Liam McNeely decommitting from the Hoosiers before choosing the Huskies as well. Reed and McNeely are not the only ones who chose to make the switch. Jalen Harrelson chose the University of Notre Dame over Indiana and Michigan State. So far, four-star forward Trent Sisley remains the only recruit in the 2025 class. But to end on a more positive note, tickets are now sold out for this Friday's volleyball match at Wilkinson's Hall. The Indiana's women's volleyball team will be taking on Purdue, our longtime rival. Last year, IU won 3-1 against Purdue in a stunning victory. But lately, wins have been hard to come by. The University of Wisconsin swept Indiana last Thursday, but the Hoosiers hope to make a comeback with a few more wins to end off the season. Tickets are on sale now. Get them while you can. Emma, Jack, tossing it back to you.
Thanks, Jay. City officials provided an update on the Hopewell neighborhood development at the John Waldron Arts Center. Construction on Hopewell's West is expected to finish in 2025, with Hopewell Commons featuring 126 new trees and temporary pickleball courts. The project will include affordable housing targeting at least 20% of units for low-income residents. Mayor Thompson emphasizes the importance of innovative solutions to maintain a diverse community in the neighborhood.
Halloween is just around the corner, and it's time to get ready for a spooktacular night. Bloomington and neighboring communities have announced their official trick-or-treat hours. Here's when you can hit the streets for candy this Thursday, October 31st. In Bloomington, Ellettsville, and Bedford, trick-or-treating runs from 5:30 to 8:30. Spencer and Martinsville will welcome costume visitors from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. For a safe night of fun, check out Halloween safety tips at safekids.org. Happy haunting!
In 1911, IU student Noble Barr reported being chased by a mysterious figure known as the Women in Black while running to the Sigma Alpha Epsilon house. The legend of the Women in Black is part of the IU's ghost story tradition preserved through storytelling by the Bloomington Storyteller's Guide, which holds its 49th annual festival of ghost stories. Storytelling emphasized the lessons learned from ghost stories, such as being cautious in relationships and remaining vigilant at night. The truth of Barr's encounter remains uncertain, contributing to the enduring women legend in Black at IU. That does it for us here today on IU NewsNet Daily. We're signing off, wishing you a great day.
From all of us here, thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing you back here on Halloween.